That's not fast or furious. The chef is walking furiously. Somebody save him. Voodoo donut, minimal line, donut throne. So I am back in Universal Studios. It is an after work day, so it's a short day. We're here for one reason today, and one reason alone. Fast and Furious has soft opened. Actually soft opened the other day, but we weren't able to get over here. So we're here today to ride or die, live to ride with our family. And we've made it. Let's take a look at the exterior of the building. We've got tires and cans and Dom's car. All of the branding is removed from Dom's car. So they kept the fountain out here. And we've got a virtual line for return times. And we've got the overall facade. It looks really nice. I know a lot of people have complained about this with soft openings, etc. But I gotta be honest. I love this movie franchise, and I've been really waiting for this to open in Orlando. So we've got Dom's car, and there's a sign. It's in technical rehearsals. It could stop at any time. Check this out. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so while we were waiting for a friend to join us, the ride broke down, and it is now unsure that it's ever going to open for the rest of the day because it's saying extended delay inside. At the snack stand outside of Fast and Furious, no sign of tuna fish sandwiches. Come on now.
I'll have the tuna.
No crust?
No crust.
So it's 6:25. It does not look like this is going to be opening back up again. They cleared everybody out of the queue. It is not fast and definitely not furious today. The final nail in the coffin has been delivered. Here's the last redeeming shot from Universal for the day. Construction for the new water show. Watch this guy, he can walk on water. He's walking on water! This park is amazing. And this is what the construction's looking like over here. These plants are not doing a really good job at hiding this tower. Well, that was a wash. Hey, back from Universal, it's actually the next day. I just want to break in here really quick and say I was not upset whatsoever about the Fast and the Furious ride not being open or going down. It is in technical rehearsals, so I kind of expect the ride needs to work out its kinks before they have their official opening, which I think is like May 2nd or something like that. The other thing I wanted to say is Universal posted last week that they had a social media contest to be able to get onto the ride, actually I think tomorrow night, or two days from now. And that included a barbecue meal and getting on the ride and this other social thing. And I know that there was a lot of people complaining online, and some people had pinged us about it as well. And we didn't get in, and I don't think a lot of people got in, obviously. But I just wanted to say, they had 40 tickets altogether, which was 20 tickets with plus ones on each of them. And they opened it up to the public on their Facebook group, which is like 62,000 people belong to that group. And a lot of people were upset that the tickets went that fast, and how is it possible? And the fix is in and everything. I don't think the fix was in at all. I think that there was exceedingly high demand for a very, very low amount of tickets. So folks that are watching this that are part of that group and are upset, I wouldn't be. There'll be other opportunities to get on that ride, but it was a very, very limited opportunity. And I know the other thing that folks will say is that it's the same people all the time that always end up getting on different things. And I think you'll see maybe some of the same familiar faces. You won't see our face there, but any of the people that you may see that you've seen in other videos or things like that, whether it's YouTubers or people that write articles and things like that for the web, there are folks that drive a lot of business to Universal, and this is a social media campaign, so I don't blame them if they include some other well-known folks to the event so that they can get the word out about the ride. So in any event, we'll get on it eventually, maybe next week sometime, but or maybe not. We have so much stuff going on concert-wise and other things, but we'll get there eventually. I didn't choose the van life. The van life chose me. So we did a video recently about the fact that we bought a van. I don't want to call it a minivan because it's not so small. And a couple of you guys had questions about it. This is a Kia Sedona. I'm going to open this up here. I'll give you a couple of features. It's got mirrors. If you guys like windows.
It's got windows.
It has windows, has 6 of them. Has a windshield too. Mary getting into it. It's very big. For years, Mary had kind of said, like, what do you want a van for?
Look at this.
Look
My
at
feet
her.
don't even touch the end.
She loves it, I think, as much as me. I've wanted a van, I think, pretty much since I was like a teenager. It's I know, weird. But we can hold on the remote. And the doors are automatic. So our van that we got has leather seats. This is a middle seat that can come out. These just fold forward. And it's got these privacy shades that you can see there. And there is the white car you guys asked about. We still have that Kia Soul. Mary's driving that. And we have a 3rd row of seats. And when we open the trunk, we've got some stuff sitting back here. I got a sleeping bag. Ponchos that we used the other day. Thing that we bought at Bass Pro Shops with the video we shot the other day that has the sunshade. And these seats are kind of like easy breezy. I can't do it now because there's stuff in here, but these back seats fold into here, which then give you that whole room. Those fold forward. I mean, it's big enough that you could store a ton of stuff. We can sit in here, have a push button. Ooh, I like that a lot. But these seats are crazy because they recline all the way back. The front seat pretty much reclines all the way back also. It does have 14 cup holders like we joked about in that video. You have this little hook here so you could hold a bag. If you had a bag back there, you could put a garbage bag back there. You got other space to hold stuff. And I'm fairly certain that, you know, at least you got 2 in the front. You could sit 3 here if you needed to, but you could sit 2 comfortably here. And you could sit 2 more than comfortably in the back seat. And there's still plenty of leg room back there. I've sat back there and just relaxed for a bit. And you got speakers back there. There's controls for air temperatures in the back. You get your own vents. So I am pretty excited about having a van. We do plan to be able to get on the road more because that was the one thing I think people immediately commented, like road trip and stuff. And we've got family all over the place that we'd like to be able to hit. And there's times that I think that when I may go out solo for some other things, you know, if we go to visit parks or other things around the country, I could even van camp with the space that I have in here, at least for a night or so, to be able to, you know, travel economically. But in the last 2 weeks or so, we put like almost 1,000 miles on the car already. The mileage racks up fast in Florida. And that's mostly due to the fact that like everything is a good distance away. Things like when you lived in New York, you never thought how much mileage you were putting on things because, you know, like Westchester from the city always seemed big. Mary's trying to show me a picture off camera that the Kia Soul hit 40,000 miles. But mileage goes like this here, and everything is a distance away. So it's just one of those things that you get used to. When people always ask, where do you want to move, or where should we move when we move to Florida? Everything is a hike. There is no public transportation to alleviate, or very limited at least. So in any event, this is the van. I'd show you the engine, but I basically would just tell you it's an engine. It's a V6 engine. It drives really well. This is the first car I've ever had that has a push start for the engine, so it goes pretty well. The screen is good. We don't have nav built into the car, and Kia kind of told us that they really shy away from pushing that on folks now because most phones connect. Like this has Apple CarPlay built in, or you can do your Android Connect also. And you have features that it tells you when you're drifting out of your lane and when you're coming too close to another car and all of that good stuff. Heated seats for Florida, that's just what we needed. And you have echo mode also. I haven't tried that yet. But if folks are wondering about gas mileage for this, it's funny. I'm getting about like 22 to 23 miles a gallon driving this. And it's not much different than what I was getting when I was driving the Kia Soul full time, and now Mary's driving it, and that I normally got about 25 miles per gallon. So we've been checking stores for Solo stuff since Wookiee weekend passed. This is all that Walmart has, and most of it's old. Look at these toys that they sell. Poopies, as seen on YouTube. Poogie Little Squirt. Happy.
Oh, pooling.
Dutch Ovenus. Dookie. Frankenpoop. Dr. Fartenstein. What? Pioneer. Turtle. That's pretty funny. Is old fart 1 and old fart 2? Are you kidding me?
It's a poopacorn.
$3.88. People are buying them? Look at skid mark. What? Onwards to Target to see if they have any Star Wars stuff. So at the Target store, they still have the old display up also. I know that they have a new display in some of the stores, but it's like all old stock. Look at that. They've got the new 6-inch guys. That's about it. The night is not a total waste. We found Deadpool, Domino, Deathlock, Paladin. Are you kidding me? Blue! It's me, remember? You got a little scratch? Got a itch there? So we're back from getting something to eat and checking out Star Wars stuff at the stores and stuff like that. I know this video is all over the place, but in any event, I guess I'm not all that shocked that there's not a lot of new Star Wars stuff on the shelves. I know that Hasbro and those guys tried to get another toy midnight release going at some of the stores. They wanted to call it Wookiee Weekend, and Paul from IOM Geek, Ideology Madness, covered the stores that had stuff in stock, at least on Friday morning. You can check out that video here or somewhere. We didn't really look all that much. We looked at Disney, at Mouse Gears on Sunday. We didn't see a whole lot. I don't think there's a whole lot out there. I think that it might be indicative of what to expect for the film. My hopes are not entirely high, or very high at all, for Solo coming out. I'm going to see it because I am a Star Wars fan, and I'm hoping that I'll be pleasantly surprised. But I think based off of the waning toy sales from the prior Star Wars movies, it's kind of starting to show that you can have too much of something, too much of a good thing, and too quickly. And I think they're releasing things too fast, and there's not enough interest to keep up with the amount of stuff because people get drawn down on it, and their attention goes away pretty quickly. So I don't think that there's a lot of merchandise as a result. But in any event, we'll check out Solo when it comes out. And for now, I'm going to say goodnight because we've got a Bon Jovi concert to go to tomorrow, and there's a bunch of other stuff to get done around the house. So thanks a lot for coming along with these mix of activities. Thank you very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.